Well, you guys are going to have to let me know in the chat if this is working at all. By request, horizontal live stream is back. Thank you for joining me. Got a little constructive criticism in the comment section, and I want y'all to know I hear you. I hear you. Horizontal live stream is back. I hope everybody's doing well. Hope you can hear me. Hope you can see me. Trying to route this through some things and see if anything works. Adriana, good to see you, sister. Rural 2IC, coffee first, then speak. King Corso, good to see you, brother. KP Heathen in the house. He was the first one here. Rural says 5x5. Rural, you got to let me know. How's the audio's good? No crackle, no nothing. Routing through StreamYard, so we'll see, man. We'll see if it works. New camera up, microphone up. Everything half-ass says seems to be working. PNW Trout Slayer, loud and clear, says my brother from another mother. Thank you guys for joining me this morning. You saw the title of the stream. I got a little bit of news. I've got some perspective from the old civilians about preparedness, right? The normies, everybody, not a prepper's perspective on preparedness, but a normie's perspective on preparedness. Roddy Hood, good to see you. Half-ass ready in the house. Gick Rhymes, what's up? Tuck by V. Good to see everybody. Hope your Sunday's going well. It is the 30th of March, 2025, 1:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hope you guys are having a great Sunday so far. And give me just a minute here. We'll get a little bit of weather going on, right? Today here in Hudson Valley, currently right here at my home, it is 43 degrees, breezy. Breezy, rain is in the forecast. About a 60% chance of rain here today and tonight. Tomorrow, it's going to get warmer. It's going to get warmer. Tomorrow's high 71 degrees, 67% chance of precipitation. Cloudy skies during the morning hours, followed by thunderstorms in the afternoon, and that weather is from the Weather Underground. Love those guys, man. They do a fantastic job with the weather. And what do you guys want to start with first? What do you think? We got some White House news. We have some news out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. We also have some news about California and the wildfires down there. We also have some international news about somebody's vehicle kind of burst into flames the other day. The headline says exploded, but I don't know about that. And then the last one we're going to get into is the Prepper article. Right, I want to get that one last because I think it's pretty cool, honestly. But you guys will have to let me know in the comment section. Hang on, I got to move my, speaking of comment section, I need to move some stuff around here on my big old screen. Oh, will you please stop doing that? Why does it always click to fit? I don't want you to. I just want to scoot you over a little bit because the camera is right in the way of my chat and I can't see what you guys are saying right now. And I want to talk to my people. Red Cardinal, good to see you. You got a notification, that's awesome. Is Cali going to fall in the ocean? Not yet. Not yet. But it is possible. Wisconsin Farm Boy, good to see you. Rebecca Lynn, howdy, howdy, howdy. Hope all is well with you. Let's see, we'll bring this guy back up. Everything still looks like it's running like it should be, man. That's awesome. Fantastic. Thank you, StreamYard. Once in a while, it all works. Smoke and Swamp Outdoors, good to see you, brother. CUCV Farmer in the house, the People's Republic of Michigan. So, since this is so close to you, CUCV Farmer, I do believe that the first article I will talk about is a plane crash that happened. Yeah, another one. At least one is dead after a small plane crashes into a home near Minneapolis and ignites a fire, officials say. This article is from CNN. At least one person dead after a small plane crashed into a home in Brooklyn Park, Minnesota on Saturday afternoon, setting the house on fire. The aircraft, a small executive transport plane capable of carrying 6 people, struck a home around 12:20 p.m. local time. It was headed to Anoka County Blaine Airport in Minneapolis from Des Moines International. There were no survivors from the small plane. It's still unclear exactly how many people were on the aircraft, but officials are confirming at least 1 fatality. No fatalities were reported inside the house. Video footage from the scene shows the home fully engulfed in flames. Several onlookers are heard being told by officials on a loudspeaker, "The house is on fire. Please back away from the house near the fire." Several fire trucks were on site. Terrible, man. Rest in peace to the victims of that. And Godspeed with the folks who lost their home due to a freak accident, right? I mean, we say freak accident, but it seems that these things are happening more and more as time is going on here. More incidents with aircraft. Now there's a lot of videos and pictures that go along with this. A Ring camera captured the moments a plane fell out of the sky before it's heard crashing into a neighborhood. Cindy told CNN her family had unknowingly caught the video of the plane. Terrible, man. Terrible. But the article's there for y'all to check out. You can click on it at your leisure, copy it, paste it, save it, get back to it later if you choose. So speaking of fires, we'll kick this can down the road a little bit. Happy Mac says, "Ugh, not notified again. YouTube rude hand gesture." Happy Mac, I encourage everybody to go to the channel, go to where the bell icon is for your notifications. Click it, go through the selections, select something different, then select all notifications again, and make sure that the thing pops up for you that you did select that. Try again, man. They've been absolutely terrible to the channel here lately. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to bring you guys the news, but they're hating me, man. They're hating me. So, Los Angeles issues only 4 permits to rebuild homes after the devastating Palisades fire. Interesting. 4? How many homes were lost in that? That's crazy. So the fire says it destroyed or damaged more than 6,000 homes, and they have 4 building permits. A commercial already. I hope you get your 16 cents. What the fuck? Oh, that shouldn't be Yardbirds. James Carroll, good to see you. Huh. Yeah, something freaky is going on here. Well, Los Angeles has only approved 4 permits to rebuild homes destroyed or damaged during the January wildfires, the wealthy enclave of Pacific Palisades that charred more than 7,000 homes. A handful of residents received approval to begin rebuilding their properties last week, the Los Angeles Times reports. 3 of the permits were for 1 to repair a damaged home and 2 full rebuilds, according to the Department of Buildings and Safety. The first permit was issued on March 5th, less than 2 months after the Palisades fire swept through the Pacific Palisades and the surrounding area and destroyed or seriously damaged more than 6,000 homes. Wow. And I will copy. Oh, let's make sure we did that right. Select all and copy and paste to the people. Kablamo. This is a Fox News article about the Palisades fires. A lot of photos, a couple of videos accompany this. Very interesting. That's a super small number of homes. Man, they got a lot of work to do in Palisades, California. If you are a builder, maybe that's the place to be, right? Get out there and start rebuilding. Terrible, terrible loss there in California. The next article I want to bring to you guys, I'm going to copy and paste it right here. This article is from thesun.com. And this one Has to do with a little fire that happened yesterday, but it happened to somebody pretty important's vehicle. Vladimir Putin's limo is blown up in a huge blast as troops from paranoid tyrants honor guard search for bombs. This is very interesting. Guardian Prepping, good to see you, brother. Hope all is well. John Falk, welcome. Welcome back to Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. Thank you for being here. Grace, good to see you. JS Genesis Designs, how are you? I hope your Sunday is going well. So, one of Vladimir Putin's limousines exploded and caught fire in Moscow as the tyrant orders sewers to be searched and the pat-down of his own guards. An RS limousine from Putin's official car fleet blew up in a huge blast on a street just north of Moscow's FSB Secret Service headquarters in Russia. Very interesting. And there are a ton of photos and videos that accompany this. Now, it looks like a fire that started in the engine bay that spread to the rest of the vehicle. And it definitely burst into flames, may have, you know, the fuel may have exploded. It doesn't appear to be explosives, maybe some sort of incendiary device or something like that. But footage shows the fire, which started in the engine of the 275,000, I guess that's ruble, RS Sentinat, had spread to the interior of the vehicle. Workers from nearby restaurants and bars had poured into the streets to try to help before fire service arrived. Stunned onlookers watched as the black smoke billowed out of the front of the destroyed vehicle as the fire continued to rage. Footage was taken from another angle, appeared to show that the rear of the vehicle was also damaged. Nosferatu, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in. Reports did not reveal who was using the car, believed to be owned by Putin's Presidential Property Management Department, when the shocking incident occurred, and no report has been made about what may have caused the sudden blaze, but those inside the car were not injured. Putin, 72, routinely uses the Russian-made cars and has gifted the limousines, for example, to North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un. The incident comes as the tyrant continues to display intense paranoia about assassination plots. Can you blame him? Honestly? Teresa Buchanan, good to see you. Can you blame him? I mean, you invade another country, you're like the bad guy across the global stage. He's definitely got himself a target on his back. And I will drop this link for you guys once again right here in the chat. Check out all the photos, the videos, and everything that goes along with this. There's a lot more here to unpack, and you guys can do that on your own time. Jeep Girl, good to see you. Hope all is well, sister. Yeah, man, I tell you what, war is, looks like it's on the horizon, right? I watched a video this morning, just scrolling through Facebook, of the drafts for the Vietnam War and the way that they were pulling people's birth dates. Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. And done modern, I don't think it would be too much different. Maybe they would just use computers or something for something like that. Wild. Guardian Prepping, unfortunately, it really does. Big Chase, good to see you. You know, the entire European Union, every nation, you know, I think it's 225 million people were told to start preparing, right? They want them to have at least 3 days worth of supplies. I'm telling you guys that if they tell you that for a minimum, you want to tenfold that. Go for 30 days. 30 days, man. 30 days is a great start. Food, just food. You know, you have your pantry now. Hopefully your pantry alone can carry you at least a few weeks. And then you get into your actual storage, and then, you know, hopefully get another 30 days out of that. So, you know, a month and a half hunkered down. That's a long time for problems to blow over before you poke your head out of your proverbial foxhole, right? Tuck by V says 3 days isn't even sufficient for a Cat 2 hurricane. Tuck, I agree wholeheartedly. Especially power needs. That's huge, man. That's huge. You gotta have your power requirements taken care of. If you have a generator that runs on gasoline or propane or natural gas, you need to make sure you have enough of those stored up to keep those things running for as long as you can, right? Because then at some point you'll have to make a decision. Do I go get gas? Do I go get more propane? Can I shut this stuff down and kind of just deal with things without the power for a while? And depending upon the disaster that you face, the answer may be yes, the answer may be no. You may need that. You may have a chest freezers full of things that you have stored that you need to keep cold. So you're gonna have to go and resupply on that stuff, right? Or hopefully you know somebody who's in the propane business and they can just back one of them big trucks up for you. I don't think we could all get that lucky, could we? Guardian Prepping says, war, it's the most realistic SHTF and the most likely. Let's hope it's not mutually assured destruction situation or global EMP. Guardian Prepping, I don't know that I agree that it's the most realistic SHTF. I think it's going to be on more of a personal level for folks. Extreme weather events, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, things like that can disrupt the world big time, especially locally, right? Some of those are even more local than you would think. You know, tornadoes sometimes, very small width, but extreme damage in a very small spot. So that's a more localized SHTF. I think war is definitely a threat right now, and I think it's really important for folks to pay attention globally to everything that's going on, because once this thing boils over, it's not going to be good for anybody. No party concerned is going to be happy with this if things truly go hot. And the buildup of U.S. troops and things over towards the Middle East has me a little concerned, honestly. They're really planning something. Contingencies, and I'm all about planning, but when you're moving that many high-value chess pieces across the board, these aren't pawns. These are knights and bishops that they're moving across the board, and they ain't playing around, it would seem. Big Chase says, I read cooked meat can be stored in lard with no refrigeration. I've heard that as well, Big Chase. I haven't researched it, and I don't know for certain, so that's something you're definitely going to want to dig more into yourself and make sure it's true. You know, you don't want to find out in SHTF that all that beef that you stored in those jars of lard is rancid and now you have nothing, right? So super important to research that stuff, guys. Don't take it for granted. That's a big one. What else did I have on tap here today? Just one article left, man. We breezed through those. I left them to you guys to read, but what I will do is I will come back and drop these in the comments section for everybody. Again, there is the Putin's limo article. Here is the copy and paste to the people. The Palisades fire article. The crying puppy dog. Let's see. Oh, we have to highlight everything first, Mike. Come on, learn how to use a computer. Copy. And paste. This is about the plane crash in just outside of Minneapolis. And let's see. Oh, this is the article that we didn't talk about yet. Jules, she's not snoring. She's whining now. She's whining. As I get towards the end of the stream, I haven't been talking to her. I've been talking to you guys, and she gets a little angry, and she's going to come over and dive on me because I haven't pet her in, well, it's got to be 15, 20 minutes now. So that Minneapolis plane crash was 40 miles from me. Good Lord, JS Genesis. Ohio Valley. Yeah, Jules says give it 5 minutes. True, but she's whining hard right now. So I didn't hear about this next article until just this morning. I'm going to copy this and paste it to you guys. This is one we have not discussed yet. Did you guys hear about Liberation Day with the Trump administration? I've not heard about this at all, and I've been paying attention to the news. So this says White House officials are quietly freaking out about Trump's upcoming Liberation Day tariff announcement. This article is from the dailymail.com over in the UK, April 2nd. That is correct, Hats. The mood inside the White House is verging on panic with just days to go before Donald Trump's Liberation Day on April 2nd. Trump is expected to unveil sweeping new tariffs on America's global trading partners, but those tasked with implementing his agenda admit that they are uncertain. Behind closed doors, the top administration officials are deeply concerned, with many quietly admitting they are unsure what the president is actually going to do. This thing says, quote, "No one knows what the fuck is going on," unquote. One White House ally close to Trump's inner circle told Politico. Interesting. Seems that the White House is in complete and total turmoil over these policies. Goes on to state that from the vice president to the cabinet, from financial markets to foreign capitals, the Trump administration's aggressive new tariff push is triggering anxieties on global scale, even when Trump's staunchest allies are bracing for a chaotic rollout. The president has signed more than a $1 trillion in trade could be affected. Interesting. $1 trillion in trade. But with less than a week to go, even the most basic details, including which countries will be hit at what rates and for which goods, remains undecided or constantly shifting. That's rough, man, because, you know, if you're a company looking to buy plywood, right? You need to buy plywood because you're building new homes and you need tractor trailers full of plywood to build all these homes, right? You need your subfloors, you need your wall plywood, you need all kinds of stuff, roofing, decking, the whole 9 yards. And you can't really plan ahead when folks are going to tinker with the prices, right? Because these things are all up in the air. So if you're a builder out there, if you're a tradesman, it might be time to get into your contracts and put a little tariff clause in there that everything is subject to change because of the tariffs. True story. True story. Man, turmoil. Turmoil. That's what Vision Preparedness would tell you. Turmoil-see. And here's that article for you guys one more time in the comments section there. And the last thing that I want to bring to you guys today is an article about preparedness, believe it or not. Drop this guy in the chat and check the chat out for a minute before I get going on this one. Hope everybody's Sunday's going well. The baking section at Big Y and CT was very low on staple flours, sugars, cake mixes. It was so odd. That's interesting, Hats. Maybe it's birthday season over there. You know, I always try to look for the simplest explanation in these things and not overhype it, but there might be something to it, Hats. Tony Smith says, all the news fit to cover. Right on, Tony. Good to see you. Thank you for stopping in today. Ah, that's right. Jules, April 2nd is a We All Gonna Die Wednesday. Woo, better be careful. Scary stuff. Half-Ass Ready says, I'm doing great, getting better all the time. Glad to hear it, Half-Ass Ready. I hope everybody's safe down there in your neck of the woods. I've been reading about the fires the last couple days, and anytime I read about that, man, I think about you guys down there and worry about you, you know. Will I please drop Guardian Prepping's link? Teresa, yeah, hang on a second. I'll have to dig through the chat here. Let me hit this, and I am gonna go to channel Kablamo. There we go, and we are going to copy and paste. Kablam. Guardian Prepping's link in the chat. Some random dude, so good to see you, brother. I hope you're keeping your head up, man. You don't have to be here, and I really appreciate you even just stopping in. Anything you need, bro, just holler. I'm here. I'm here for you. Appreciate you, my friend. Guys, if you don't know, SRD's had a loss in the family, and he could really use your prayers and your thoughts right now. Send him some positive energy, and pray for him. Pray for him. He's going through a tough time. It happens, man. It happens. We're here for you. We appreciate you, some random dude. Oh, you know what I found out? I think it was yesterday. I found out that I've seen some videos from some folks on the YouTube here of the giant transformers moving down the roadways, and I believe we have another one coming through my neck of the woods here real soon. I'm not really sure where they're going, but I'm going to go out and try and get some footage of this thing rolling down the road. It has quite the escort with it. So should make for some interesting footage, and I think you guys might think it's kind of cool. So this article is from a website called theconversation.com. This is the article is titled "The Last of Us: Why We Should All Think Like Preppers and How to Do It." It goes on to state, the acclaimed post-apocalyptic TV series The Last of Us, based on a hugely popular video game, featured a character, Bill, who has managed to live through the nightmare because he has prepared for such an eventuality. He is what he calls a survivalist. Prepping, as it's widely known, is a way of anticipating and adapting to impending conditions of calamity by preparing homes, rooms, and bunkers to survive in. COVID-19, the limits on certain foodstuff caused by Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and the cost of living crisis have pushed preppers from the fringes towards the mainstream. Despite attempts by preppers to push back on stereotypes, prepping does still come with associations of doomsday and apocalyptic thinking. Research also suggests that preppers tend to be conspiratorial, often displaying traits such as low agreeabilityness, paranoia, and cynicism. Yet, many of us became partially preppers during the recent pandemic. We stocked up on loo rolls and ration products, buying as many items with long shelf life as we are allowed to by local supermarkets. Survival and a degree of panic were also certainly driving our actions at times of irrationality. Interesting. So the normies are admitting that they became preppers during the pandemic here, right? Those three traits are on point. I have very little faith in government. Right on, Guardian Prepping. Not a problem, man. Happy to share your channel. So the article goes on to state, prep the right way. Nevertheless, if done the right way, prepping, aka thinking ahead and being proactive, is the opposite of panic buying. Instead, it means stocking up on key essentials over long periods of time so that in the future there is no need to panic buy. When the demand for products surges, it leads to shortages, which can cause what is known as a bullwhip effect. This is the phenomenon where increased demand by consumers creates unsustainable and exaggerated demand across the entire supply chain. This can lead to product shortages, but also higher levels of waste due to unnecessary stock production. Stocking up on key items early can help prevent this. So it goes on to give a whole 4-point plan here for how to prepare. Number 1, it says, take a drip-fed approach. Be conscientious in your purchasing habits will allow you to responsibly prep while smoothing out the demand in the supply chain, leading to less shortages. Buying the odd extra packet of something or pack of loo rolls and add to your usual cupboard stores over time can become your normal buying pattern, as opposed to emergency bulk buying everything at once. It says create a personalized bug out bag. Fill it with items, essentials you and your family, such as cooking utensils, toiletries, solar-powered batteries, reserves of candles, and food and medicine along with long shelf life. In the event of natural disasters such as a snowstorm, floods, or events such as power cuts, having your bug out bag will help you feel more prepared to weather the storm. Huh. Looks like the normies are catching on, guys. Number 3 is go back to the basics. Build the capacity to make your own basic food products such as bread, pasta, and invest in the equipment and ingredients to do this. Pasta was a staple in the pandemic pantries, leading to widespread stock shortages. A responsible prepper would learn to make their own and feed their neighbors at the same time. The same goes for bread. Interesting. Talking about taking care of your neighbors, huh? Normies, man, they're coming. Number 4, consider using more tinned foods. Prepping may be an interim solution to navigate through the current cost of living crisis. Including cheaper tinned foods or other long life products into your shopping basket may help ease financial pressures. Tinned goods have longer shelf lives, so are less likely to spoil before you use them in times of need. Should another event happen that prompts you to panic buy, responsible preppers can also help limit the supply chain disruptions. They will already have the items that they need and won't contribute to the emptying of supermarket shelves. Maybe it's time we all found our inner prepper. And I'll drop that link in the comment section for you guys again. I love the article, man. I love to see prepping from a total different perspective, right? These folks obviously are not preppers. Pedro Pascal, oh no, I'm sorry. What was the article written by? Where is the author of this article? Authors, Karam Mahouf and Liz Breen, neither of which are preppers. That's for sure. That's for sure. Everyone has a spare tire. We're all preppers. You're not wrong, JS Genesis. That's for sure. You're definitely not wrong, my friend. Grit and Grace, good to see you. Thank you for stopping in today. Really appreciate it. Yeah. Prepping going mainstream, huh? How about it? Wild. Wild. Well, let's see. I think that's it for the links today. Really appreciate everybody stopping out. Keep SRD in your thoughts and prayers. I know he could use all the positivity that you can muster and send in his direction. Keep your head up, my brother. We appreciate you. Thank y'all for stopping in today. Really appreciate you being here. I think I might actually be able to do something kind of cool before I go here. Let's see, does it exist? It exists. All right, well, I guess we'll just intro, outro. Thank you for joining me on Hudson Valley Prepping and Survival. We will catch you on the next one. Let's get this showboat on the road, shall we? Yeah, boy. We did it. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That hill you see over in the distance there, you can just barely make out the fire tower on the top of that sucker. Stitching Mountain, there's some rain coming down through the valleys.
fulfilling promises. One subscriber at a time. That's Hudson Valley Prepping and Surviving.
Howdy, folks. Welcome back to Hudson Valley Prepping and Surviving. Stay safe. Wow, won't even let me end it. Love it. Fantastic. Thanks, StreamYard.